Hi guys, thanks for joining. I'm coming up next with a very small empties video or use video or stuff that I cannot deal with because I do not like. You have to excuse my little dog in the background. That's her favourite vantage point. She likes to look out the window when I'm off doing other things. So first up I'm going to show you this small candle. This is the first empty. Now thankfully I didn't pay a lot for this candle. It's actually, I think it's a Febreze candle. Doesn't really tell you on the bottom, but I'm quite sure it's a Febreze candle and it's in the scent Freesia. I burnt this one I think last week sometime. You can see there's quite a bit of wax there left, but the candle has actually self-extinguished and there's no more. I've tried to light it. There's nothing more to do to be lighting it. Didn't really like, I mean the packaging's cute. Didn't really like the scent. Did smell it, yeah, definitely did smell it. Didn't scent the whole room. I mean it was sat on this small table and I could smell it when I walked into the room. It was a bit too headache inducing for me really. Not a repeat purchase, but it's likely one I'll never see again because I think it was reduced at the supermarket for like £1 or something like that. So yeah, I think it's sweet packaging. I may well clean that out and use the packaging for something else, even though it is a small tumbler. I may well hold on to that, maybe keep melts or something like that in it. So that's the first one. Second one, it's a Glade candle. Now this is one that I got a bunch of these after Christmas. They were reduced, I think 50p or something in my local supermarket, and I think they usually retail at about £5 on these. It's in the scent apple and cinnamon, so it's obviously along Christmas lines. You can see it's got apples and things on the packaging. It was actually a nice candle this. You can see it's quite an even burn. It has self-extinguished. There's a bit of residue and thing on the glass there, but not too bad because I don't really want to keep this container anyway. It was a nice scent. I actually put it into, just lift it up, I actually put it into this to burn. Obviously this melt candle wasn't in it, but it was quite nice because it helped to keep it nice and even, and obviously the scent could get out from the top then. It did scent the room. It did scent the room, so yeah, no complaints with that one. 50p. You can't really grumble at that. So that's second empty. Just grab into my bag here. Excuse the ruffling. It's another Glade candle there. You can see I've taken the wrapping off that. I actually was going to repurpose that for something else, maybe for a small plant or something like that, or a small flower, but it's actually a bit too small, so I'm probably just going to recycle that. This one was in the scent, I think it was Summer Party or Luau Party or something. It was a fruity, tropical, punchy type scent, and I think it was about, I don't know, £1 or something like that. Just before Christmas it was on sale. I said I've cleaned it out, so there's not really any scent left, but it was fruity, it was okay. Didn't wow me or anything like that. I only bought it because it was £1, but that's my next empty there. Would I repurchase these? I probably would. The Glade ones, they're okay. Okay for bathrooms and things like that. Next couple is a couple of Yankee votives, both in the same flavour. So we've got Kilimanjaro stars. And the reason that I burnt these, I think I bought these for about 69p each. And the reason I actually bought these was because you may have seen in a separate video, I have the large jar of Kilimanjaro stars, and the wick is really weird. It's moved to like the front and to the left, and I'm a bit worried about burning it. So I wanted to actually burn these to see if I liked the fragrance enough to be bothered to do anything with it, or to just give the candle away or whatever. But they did scent the room. I had two of them going at the same time, and they did scent the room. It's a cologne type fragrance, not an expensive cologne type fragrance. It's kind of like, to me, it's kind of like a lynx type smell. So it's not unpleasant, but it's not the best. And I probably will try do something. Maybe I'll chop it up for wax chunks from my melt burner or something like that. I'm just not happy with burning a candle that's got a very strange wick. So that's those. And then nothing much more really. Just one of those lighters. I think it was from a pound shop. Completely done. I do unfortunately have another gas canister for this that came with the package, but I don't know if you can see. You open the unit just here, and the tiny little screws are so deep down in there. I haven't got a screwdriver small enough to be able to open it, so I'm not bothering. I think it was £1. For £1, I'm not bothering to bother with that one, so that's going to go in the trash. And the next one, unfortunately, it's a big candle. And it's a very pretty candle. I do love this pink. I don't know if you can pick it up, but it's got like a pink hue at the bottom of the candle. It's very pretty and it's very heavy. It's very substantial. However, I absolutely hate the scent. I cannot. I don't even want to burn it upstairs. I really do not like the scent. It makes me feel sick. It's powdery. It's by a company called Serenity Sydney, and I actually bought it in a TK Maxx, which I believe is the same as TJ Maxx, I believe, in America, and it's in Love Peony. Now, I bought it for about £6, which, you know, it's not too bad for that size of candle, but I really cannot do with it. It's powdery, it's strong, it made me feel ill, headache inducing, and I'm just not bothering. If something makes me feel, and it's burnt rubbish as well, as you can see, it's burnt rubbish. I'm just not bothering. So what I may well do is, I mean, the jar itself is really thick and it's really substantial, and it's that lovely pink hue at the bottom there. So I think what I'll do is, I think I'll just melt that down, get rid of the wax, clean the container out and use the container for something else. I'm just not bothering. I'm just not dealing with something that makes me feel poorly like that. And that's the end of my empties. Thanks for watching, guys. Like I said, I'm a bit of an annoying burner in the fact that I switch up scents so much that I don't really get through empties too much, but I will try and save any packages that I do get through and bring those to you. Take care, guys. Have a nice Sunday. Catch you soon.